3 years, James Buchanan died from both respiratory failure and rheumatic gout. He was 77. Some say his last words were, "Oh Lord God Almighty, as thou wilt." Franklin Pierce died the next year from inflammation of the stomach from liver cirrhosis that he'd been suffering for several years. Yet, he drank alcohol heavily anyway, so basically alcohol killed him. But we don't know his last words, but he did live to the old age of 66. Miller Fillmore was next. He died of a stroke at the age of 80. His last words were, "The nourishment is palatable," referring to a bowl of soup he had just finished. Even though that I doubt those were his last words, it's fun to pretend they were. The next year, Andrew Johnson also died of a stroke. He was 78 and was still an active U.S. Senator representing Tennessee at the time. Also at the time, he was the only surviving past president. The next president to die was the second one to be assassinated while in office, which was James A. Garfield. But if he had doctors, then he would have survived. Just 4 months into his presidency, a mentally ill fellow named Charles Guiteau came up to Garfield and shot him twice, once in the back and once in the arm. "My God, what is this?" Garfield shouted afterwards, but those were not his last words. But after he was shot, Garfield was slowly actually starting to recover before his doctors screwed things up. We're trying to get his bullets out with unsterilized fingers and tools. They caused a severe infection. 3 months after getting shot, Garfield died from septic shocks. His last words were to his friend, General David Swaim, approaching the tremendous pain in his chest. He said, "Oh, Swaim, can't you stop this? Oh, Swaim." It must have been a painful death indeed. He was just 49. Ulysses Grant also had a slow, painful death from throat cancer, for he had been suffering for a year. His last words were water. The next year, Chester Arthur died of a stroke at the age of 81. We don't know his last words. The next president to die was Rutherford B. Hayes. After suffering from a heart attack, he got heart disease. His last words were, "I know that I'm going where Lucy is, who was his life and who was in heaven." Benjamin Harrison is next. He got influenza, which then turned into pneumonia. He died from it at the age of 64. Now, his last words make sense to me. They were, "Are the doctors here? Doctor, my lungs." The next president to die was the third one to be assassinated in office. That'd be William McKinley. After serving as president for 4.5 years, a zealot named Leon Frank Czolgosz, which is spelled Ccolgosc, Czolgosz shot him twice in the stomach. Czolgosz thought McKinley was a symbol of oppression and government bad and stuff. McKinley appeared to be recovering in the days following the shooting, but then took a turn for worst. He ended up dying from gangrene, which is a severe type of tissue death caused by a lack of blood supply. Anyway, his last words apparently were, "We're all going, God's will be done, not ours." He was responding to his wife, Eden, who had said, "I want to go too." Next to die was Grover Cleveland, who was the 22nd and 24th president, to pass away. He suffered from a heart attack. He got of heart disease. He had ongoing health problems. His last words were, I have tried so hard to do right.